for the direct approach. Okay. The problem was that the van was parked halfway between the stairwells, two four-story concrete and glass towers over half a block apart. No way to tell which one Willard, if it was Willard, would come down. So they divvied them up. St. Pierre dropped Mo off at the south tower. "Talk to me, Mike," Mo said, meaning stay close on the two-way, and then made a U, cruised back past the north tower, and pulled over at the corner of 2nd Avenue. It was almost 8 o'clock, half dark. Wilbur Street was deserted, and Mo didn't much like the stairway tower. The ramp was recently built, Bauhaus-influenced modern-esque, and the towers had tall, narrow windows above each flight of stairs. Heavy concrete planters ribbed each floor, now filled with dead vegetation and trash. As Mo approached the door, he saw movement in one of the windows, someone coming quickly down, and not wanting to run into a big guy like Willard without some equalization, he drew his Glock. He had barely stepped into the ground-level doorway when something hit him like an anvil dropping from above. It drove him into the left-hand wall, knocked his head hard on the concrete. Willard, it was Willard, was like a wall himself, the biggest human being Mo had ever been this close to. 300 pounds of marbled beef, muscle, and fat. Stunned, Mo lost the Glock as he fell, and though he leapt up only an instant later, Willard had gotten the gun and was pointing it at him. In the small space, the explosion hurt his ears worse than the bullet hurt his shoulder, where it tore through the shoulder pad of his jacket before taking out a chunk of the wall. Willard bounded up the stairs again, a huge bald guy with Mo's gun gripped in a fist the size of a head of cabbage. Talk about losing the element of surprise, Mo thought vaguely. It was funny how your mind worked at moments like this. He looked down at his jacket shoulder, seeing his skin through the shreds of fabric and padding. Hardly any blood there, just a scratch. He felt irrationally angry at Willard for wrecking this suit, which was new and represented a considerable investment on a cop's salary. Homicide investigators were famous for their lousy taste in clothes, a running joke, grown men dressing like clowns in mixed plaids and checks, lime green shirts, ties made of vomit-patterned upholstery fabric chosen because it hid the soup stains. In one of the homicide workshops Mo had taken, an instructor had told them to get a grip on their couture, to dress for success. Dark gray suits, white shirts, power ties. This guy had a Ph.D. in social psychology and had memorized statistics from Rand Corporation apparel studies and chided the class. "You guys, the only way you know you're ready for a new suit is when the ass of your trousers gets so shiny your partner asks you to bend over so he can shave in it." That got an uncomfortable laugh. Mo had taken it to heart and had kept up with his clothes. He had bought this suit only 2 weeks ago for $400, and now Big Willie had ruined it. His two-way crackled and made tinny noises that would be St. Pierre talking, but Mo was afraid to answer. Willard would hear what he was saying. His ears were still ringing from the shot, but he thought he heard the scrape of a shoe on concrete above him, which meant that Big Willie was still up there, probably crouched on the second-floor landing, wondering whether to run for the van or try some other way out. From that position, Willie would have a good view of the street in both directions, and the choice of going up or down or out into the ramp itself. Good for him, bad for Mo. No way for Mo to leave without being seen. The element of surprise, Mo thought. Hard to tell what St. Pierre would be doing, going up in the other tower and wondering why Mo wasn't answering. Mo had only worked with him for a few weeks, not long enough to anticipate how he made decisions, so he unclipped the two-way from his belt and set it on the floor in the far corner of the stairwell foyer. Then he eased just far enough out the door to look up the outside wall of the stairwell tower. The planters at each level, the windows already lit from inside by mercury vapor lights, even though it was still pretty light outside. At the end of the second-floor window, he briefly saw a big shadow move. Mo took off his shoes and set them next to the door.